In March 2016, the quiet city of Madaba in Jordan was shaken by a tragedy that would echo far beyond the family home where it began. What appeared, on the surface, to be a moment of emotional turmoil was in fact a calculated act of violence, a crime committed under the pretext of defending family honor. In the heart of a close-knit community, a brother took the life of his own sister, claiming that by doing so, he was restoring the dignity of his family. But as the details unfolded, it became clear that this was not an act of sudden rage, but a deliberate and premeditated killing. According to official court documents, the man approached his sister, strangled her, and then transported her lifeless body to a remote area where he buried her in an attempt to conceal his actions. When confronted by authorities, he reenacted the crime, insisting that his actions were justified by his anger and a supposed need to cleanse his family's reputation. However, the investigation revealed evidence of careful planning, contradicting any claim of impulsive violence. The act was not a momentary loss of control, but a decision made in cold blood. Initially, the court handed down the harshest penalty, a sentence of death. Yet, as often happens in such cases, the outcome was swiftly altered. The family chose to withdraw their legal complaint, a move permitted under Jordanian law, and as a result, the perpetrator's sentence was commuted to 20 years in prison. This decision laid bare the complex interplay between customary practices and the rule of law, a dynamic in which family honor sometimes carries more weight than justice, even in the face of a heinous crime. Such incidents are tragically not isolated. Each year in Jordan, between 15 and 20 cases of so-called honor killings are reported, with many more likely going unrecorded. In a recent study conducted among high school students in Amman, the findings were sobering. 33.4% of teenagers surveyed expressed support for the idea of killing in the name of honor. The approval rate was particularly stark among boys, at 46.1%, compared to 22.1% among girls. These numbers not only reflect the persistence of deeply rooted beliefs, but also point to the urgent need for societal change. Legally, Jordan has taken steps to address the issue. In 2017, Article 98 of the Penal Code was amended to reduce the use of mitigating circumstances for those convicted of honor crimes. Yet another provision, Article 340, still allows for reduced sentences if the perpetrator claims to have caught the victim in the act or acted in a moment of sudden rage. This lingering legal leniency continues to undermine efforts to protect vulnerable individuals and ensure true justice. At the heart of the movement for change stands Rana Husseini, a journalist and activist whose tireless work has brought international attention to the plight of women threatened by honor-based violence in Jordan. Through her reporting and advocacy, Husseini has played a pivotal role in pressing for legal reforms and challenging the cultural narratives that perpetuate these crimes. Thanks in part to her efforts, the legal landscape has shifted, and the conversation around honor killings has become more open and urgent. Despite these advances, the struggle is far from over. Social acceptance of honor-related violence remains stubbornly high, especially in conservative communities where tradition and reputations often outweigh individual rights and safety. The tragic story from Madaba is a powerful reminder that lives continue to be lost, not because of honor, but because of the harmful misuse of custom and religion. As we reflect on this case, we are compelled to ask, will minds change and will laws evolve so that accountability becomes a true reality for all? The path forward requires more than legal amendments. It demands a transformation of attitudes, a breaking of silence, and a collective commitment to protecting every life, regardless of gender or family name. This was not a crime of honor. It was a tragedy born of misconception and a stark call to action. The time has come to stand against the misuse of tradition, to ensure that justice prevails, and to honor the memory of those lost by building a safer, fairer society for all.